Welcome to the material section of the workshop. So on screen you can see the various materials or consumables that I use during my pewter process. These are all the items that I need to replenish each month or whenever they are finished. So I'm going to take you through each one of them and just give you a little bit of a background of how I use them or what they are used for. First off, you obviously need your metal sheet. So I'm using pewter. So this is just a small piece of pewter, but you can also do embossing on aluminium or on a copper sheet. I prefer pewter because it's easily available to me and it's not that expensive locally. So my preferred medium to use is a pewter sheet. Then my second one is a normal roll of masking tape. I use the masking tape to fix my printed design onto my pewter sheets. Then when I start working on my designs, I need a lubricant. So I need the lubricant to allow my metal tools to glide easier onto the pewter and to minimize any scratches that might occur when working on the pewter. I'm using just normal baby oil for my lubrication, but you can use any other type of oil like olive oil or a tissue oil. Any type of lubrication that you can locally find will work perfectly. After that, you need a cleaning material. I'm using methylated spirits, which is something that I can find locally and is cheap, but you can use any other type of cleaning material that you can find locally in your hardware store. So the cleaning material we use for removing any of the lubrication before we apply our patina. So patina, we get two types of patina that I can locally find, is a black patina and a copper patina. The black patina is a nice light green color to the liquid, and the copper patina is a dark blue color. And then I also know you do get a green and a blue patina, but I haven't been able to source them locally. If you don't want to use a patina, you can also use alcohol inks. They come in different colors and you get them from different manufacturers, and they should be locally available in your art shop, but you can also find them online on eBay. Then we can use also a glass stain. You also get them in different colors. They are a bit tacky and they do tend to leave a little bit of a line when you work on it, so you need to thin them out a little bit with nail polish remover or acetone, and it also gives a nice color to your pewter. Then I also like using gilder's paste on my pewter. The ones that you see on screen are a beeswax formulation metallic paste. They are similar to gilder's paste. It's a thick paste that you apply just using your fingers, just rubbing it on over the edges, and then afterwards you can just seal your pewter. You also get them in different colors, different manufacturers. Any of them will do. Then you need some filling medium. I like using beeswax. It's again something that is locally available to me very quickly and it's not very expensive. We do not have high temperatures, so I prefer using my beeswax than any other filling medium. But you do get a filling paste that you can buy from Merc Art, which is a liquid that you pour into the back of your pewter. You can also use a spackle or you can use a polyfiller. Just make sure that if you use a polyfiller, that it's one that is smooth and doesn't have small particles in the filler, which can push through tiny dots into your design. So the filler we use to fill any of our high relief areas before we start polishing or coloring our pewter. Then you need a metal polish. Locally we have a product called Brasso. It works brilliantly and it gives me a nice shine. This is, I think, out of all of these items, the most expensive item for me and the one that I use the most, but it works perfectly. If you can't find Brasso or a metal polish, try and find an item called Never Dull. That is a item that you would find in a hardware store that is used for cleaning cars or polishing boats and household items. Any brassware, it's got pieces of fiber on the inside of the tin that has already got polish applied to it. That also works brilliantly. Besides the polish, you then also need a sealer, which we then use to seal our work after we've done our coloring and our polishing. You can use any clear lacquer that you can find in your hardware store. I prefer this one. It's a quick drying one and it's a matte finish, but I also do use the glossy one as well. And it's just for applying a quick layer on the top of your pewter, just for protecting your color and from stopping the pewter to darken over the years. So it's purely just for protection. And you do not use a lot of it at a time, you use a little bit at a time. So I don't buy as much as 1 tin every 2-3 months, and they're not that expensive. Then you need some glue to fix your pewter pieces to your item that you want to, either a jewelry box or a canvas, any item that is flat that you want to fix it to. So I like using contact adhesive for my smaller pieces, and this is just a clear contact adhesive and it dries clear. It doesn't leave a yellow color behind when it dries. If I don't use this, I would use a 2-part resin epoxy glue. It is a glue that comes in 2 little tubes that has a part A and a part B. So it's got a resin part and a hardener part that you mix 2 equal amounts, and then it hardens like a resin. So I like using this type of glue when I do my bigger animal pieces that has got a lot of weight to it, or when I use a mounting on a little feet, then I like using the epoxy glue. Then you need some paper towels, and this is just for cleaning your pewter or your brushes. So I just use normal kitchen towels. And then you need some cotton wool for polishing, or a polishing cloth. I prefer using some cotton wool. It's just easier for me, and I do use quite a lot of them, so I buy them in bulk. So these are your very basic consumables that you need. You do not need all the coloring agents that I showed you. You can start off with just black patina or with just copper patina, or you can start without any patina and just apply some acrylic paint. So these are all optional. When it comes to the bare necessities, I would say it would be a filler, a beeswax or a polyfiller or spackle. Lubrication is a definite must. A cleaner you definitely need. A sealer you definitely need. And a polish. And some glue. And any type of tape that you can use for sticking your designs. But this is also optional. If you only do hand design, freehand design, you can do it straight onto your pewter if you are comfortable with it. Otherwise, you need a masking tape to adhere your designs. So these items here are a definite must. These items here are optional, and you can buy them later on as you need to. You can do pewter without any color onto it and just put some acrylic paint on it, or just leave it nice and shiny.